Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be continuing reading the entire Bible, throughout the Action Bible. So let's go ahead and get into this. It's going to be called David's Sin. This is based on 2 Samuel chapter 11. So, under David's leadership, Israel grows stronger every day. After many years of victories against the Philistines, rulers of the countries around them decide that Israel must be defeated, but David is tired of the constant warfare. Word has come that the Arameans and the Ammonites are joining forces against us. I don't feel like leaving Jerusalem right now, Joab. You take the army and go fight them. So after, year and year and year, war and constant battling, he's just tired of it. It's like those Joab to go and take him. He just wants to be there, just relax. Joab takes charge of the war. As the fighting drags on without him, David gets bored sitting in Jerusalem. One evening, as David strolls the rooftops of his palace, who is that beautiful woman? Her name is Bathsheba. Her husband is Uriah, a soldier in your army. So he sees a beautiful woman, taking a bath on a rooftop. And he sees her, mistakenly, right? It wasn't his fault, and that's how the devil gets us. We may see something online or something like that, and it's not your fault that it just pops up, but it's your choice whether you continue to look or not. And unfortunately, David chose wrong in this scenario. David sends a messenger to bring Bathsheba to his court. You sent for me, O king? And he thanks himself, she's even more beautiful than I thought. And he says, if only I could marry her. The problem is Uriah, her husband. But soldiers sometimes die in battle, that is. And this kind of sugarcoats some of the things in the Bible, just because it is, like a kind of more for children and things. Unfortunately, he gets her pregnant, and needs to marry her and things like that, and doesn't, want anybody, he needs to bring, Uriah home. If he brings him home and he goes home and sleeps with his wife, then he'll just think that it's his baby, right? So let's see that. Thinking only of his feelings for Bathsheba, David sends for Uriah. He pretends to be interested in the war and asks about the battle plan. The enemy is running out of food and the water. If we just wait for them out, Joab thinks they will surrender soon. You are a valiant soldier. Please return to the front immediately and take this message to Joab. Little does Uriah know the message contains his death warrant. So he doesn't go home to his wife because of the factor, he didn't feel right having, his men, in war and sleeping on the dirt, like he's just at home, comfortable. So he slept on the dirt, like his men would be. So David's plans didn't go as he thought they would. So he sends Uriah back to the battle. Not knowing that his own king has betrayed him, loyal Uriah rides fiercely back to the camp. Welcome back, Uriah. Did you see the king? And he says, yes, he asked me about our military campaign. I told him of your plans to force the enemy to surrender. He sent you this message. Joab breaks the king's seal, and reads, send Uriah into the thick of the fight, so he will be killed. So Joab doesn't know why David desires Uriah's death, but he is always willing to obey. So he says, David wants us to attack at once. Uriah, I need you to lead an assault against the main gate of the city. Attack the main gate? That's the best defended part of the city. What about our plans for the siege? Your king has commanded you. So follow me, men. We have pledged the king our loyalty, and today he will ask for our strength. We will not fight for the honor of our king and our God. So Uriah boldly attacks the gate, but the archers protected the city wall easily kill him and his men. The rest of the Israelites are forced to fall back. And so several brave soldiers died to cover up David's sin. So to cover up his sin, to cover up something he should not have done, that the devil put the temptation in, his lap, and in his sight, and instead of turning away and asking God for help, as we all do, he lets the sin flood his mind, and he goes through with it and does something really horrible. And then, because of it, to cover it up, he kills Uriah and a few other of his own men, and it even caused his army to have to retreat back. So now he just murdered, you know, Uriah and all them guys to cover up a sin that he should never have done. So Joab's messengers bring the news back to David, thinking he will be upset at the death of his men. We fought bravely, but the archers of the city walls had the advantage. Uriah and several others were killed. Tell Joab not to feel so bad. War always takes some of our best men. Wait until the defenders have run out of food and then attack again and take the city. When Bathsheba's time of mourning is over, David calls her to the palace and they get married. Long live the king and long live the queen. So, the people are happy, but God is not. Instead of being a shepherd who protects God's people, David has committed murder and stolen a man's wife. God cannot let David's secret go unpunished. Secret sin go unpunished. So, we'll get to his punishment tomorrow. The people may have been happy, but what was unseen is he murdered somebody and he took his wife and he committed adultery, which is a sin. And that is not the intentions that God had for David. So David just sinned against God and, went on not feeling sorry about it, not feeling guilty about it, or just that he just murdered somebody. But a punishment is coming just for each and every sin that we do, each and every time we lust or lie or steal. There's a punishment that comes from God. Sometimes small, sometimes big. But even though that, you turn your life around, you turn away from your sin. You know that throughout your life you may get punished. You may serve God for 10 years straight and get punished for a sin you done 15 years ago. But God will get you through it, and great things will be on the other side. That I can promise you. So take it easy. God bless, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.